What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for clicking on this video once again. We are going to be talking today about some of the coaching calls that we've been getting. We've seen like similar questions being asked and comments in different places and different groups and stuff. And we've been talking a ton about print on demand and a ton about specifically Merch by Amazon. And we know that not everybody has a Merch by Amazon account. And that was a few of the calls that we had, people addressing that like, hey, you know, I've been following what you guys are saying. But I can't apply it because I can't even get an account, which is one of the unfortunate parts of how the Merch by Amazon system is set up. It seems to be a little bit random at who's getting an account and at what time is a good time to apply and all of that. And so I just want to talk about that topic today, give some advice, some of the things that we've said on these coaching calls here on these video that's a little bit more public, so everybody has the same advice that we're giving when you come against this wall of, you know, I can't get in a Merch by Amazon account. What do I do now? And usually the first thing me and Steven suggest is that you just reapply to Amazon for that account again. Learning from our failures, it actually took Steven 2 times to get his account in a couple of months. I think it was close to like 8 months that it took him to get his account when it first opened up, and it took me a few months, I think like 3 months, and I think I applied twice as well. So we're not quite sure what's going on behind the scenes at Amazon, but for whatever reason, you know, some people get rejected, and then if you just reapply, even if it's, you know, the same address that you're using, the same information that you have to give them when you sign up, you know, just reapplying, maybe they're allowing people at that time or whatever may happen behind the scenes, but that is definitely something you can do. And so usually the follow-up question we get from that is like, how long should I wait? You know, I just applied 2 days ago, I'm feeling impatient, I want to reapply again, but we usually suggest that you wait at least a month to reapply again. Again, this is just from talking to people, seeing kind of what the collective information is, and we've seen like if you wait about a month to see if you get a reply or not, you might get that rejection letter. You can still go ahead and reapply again. But some things to think about in that time that you are waiting to get your account is kind of the next thing that I want to talk about, and that's building your like print on demand resume, if you will. Especially if you're just starting off in the print on demand world, having some type of website or something to show the print or the Merch by Amazon team is a very good like boost to your chances of getting an account, because it's shown like, hey, I've put in some effort to print on demand before, or I actually know what I'm doing and I can list shirts. And so having like a website or somewhere that you can drive them to show them like, hey, you know, I am a good possible candidate for this account, I'm going to be using it, it's not just going to sit there, is a really good thing to do. Now stick with me, I know I just said build a website. That might seem a little bit overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be that overwhelming. There are a ton of print on demand websites out there, and you can start uploading shirts, and then whatever link that your shirt may go to, you can put that in your application when you go back to Merch by Amazon. Again, if you're waiting a month or whatever time length that you're waiting, and just again showing them that you've put effort forward. And 2 options that usually kind of bubble to the top when we come to this point of the conversation in the coaching call, where it's like, you know, there are other print on demand websites out there, and then we usually ask the person, because there are so many platforms, we ask the person like what their idea of print on demand would be, or like what their ideal situation for creating products on print on demand would be. And those 2 options are RedBubble and KDP. So KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing, is actually another print-on-demand service owned by Amazon, and we think that's a really good one to get started out with, because you get to tap into Amazon's customer base, but it is more technical. So if we actually go ahead, I'm going to do some screen sharing here. And this is in no way, shape, or form like a full KDP tutorial of how to like make books and get them ranked and all of that. This is actually way more Steven's wheelhouse than it is mine. But I just wanted to open an account and open a draft that we have from almost the beginning of this year that we show off when people are curious about KDP. So we can just show them that this is a little bit more technical of a process than just Merch by Amazon. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. We just want to make you guys aware, if this is a road that you want to go down, that you are getting into something that's a little bit more technical. You have to know different paper sizing and book sizing, bleed versus no bleed. Like there's a lot of like jargon and new verbiage that you'll probably have to study a bit and understand how that actually affects everything. The manuscript is like what the actual page or actual book inside looks like. So you can see here we did a 6x9 line page, 100 pages. So knowing how to create this file and actually upload it properly, and then again the covers covers. This is something that we cover actually in my Spark 101 course, but knowing how to make book covers is another like thing that you have to understand how to do and put some time and effort into actually building up the skill set to do this. So I guess I could address, maybe I didn't explain this all the way the best that I could, but KDP, yes, you are creating books, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're like writing a novel or anything. We can do what's called a low content or no content book, which is things like journals and planners and things like that, that you're really just using the same inside, but you're changing the cover for. That's a way to get a bunch of books and materials up on Amazon through KDP. And usually the deciding factor between like doing that or something like the next platform that I'm going to talk about, which is RedBubble, is like which one excites you personally more, because you're going to have to be doing, you're going to have to learn a lot. So you're going to have to do research for books. You're going to have to like study which type of covers are working versus which ones aren't working. And so if you're like me and you don't necessarily enjoy reading or like studying books or looking at like book covers or anything like that, then maybe KDP isn't the best fit for you, just because again, you're going to have to be learning a lot of new skills that all pertain to like the book world. And so if that's not exciting, it's usually hard to be consistent. And that I think is, I've said this a ton, but I think that's the biggest difference between someone who's successful with print on demand, who's not successful with print on demand, is whether or not you can be consistent with, uploading content and learning about this and evolving with this print on demand field. So if KDP is not the answer that you were looking for, maybe the next one, like I said, RedBubble will be. So let's actually jump into some screen sharing and I can show you guys RedBubble. So this is redbubble.com. I've gone ahead and opened up my account, and one of the partnerships that I actually have with this is the church that I grew up going to. This was something that I just did with them, and they're called A3 Youth, which is like their youth group. And they were asking me to do shirts, and so we talked about a bunch of different options and landed on Redbubble. And so this is still a website that I use today. It's actually the one, funny enough, that I started on when I couldn't get my Merch by Amazon account. I went to Redbubble, and because of all of the products that you can actually list with Redbubble and the simplicity of which you can list all of these products. You get to list all of them at once and just go in here and make tweaks to all these things. Say I want to move this logo down. I just click and drag it. So it's very intuitive and really easy to actually edit all of the different products that Redbubble offers right here. And again, it's free to get this account. The same thing with KDP. There's no waiting list. You can just go ahead and sign up and start listing products today if you would like. And so that's one thing I really like about Redbubble is it works out well for the partnerships that I'm doing now, but also for anyone who's looking to get started and just start to see what type of products you can make with print on demand and understand how you do all the keyword research and all those things. You can test a lot of that here inside of Redbubble. The other thing that I like as we scroll down here is they do some pretty unique products. They do clocks and bath mats, and you can see these still have like the new tag and the coming soon tag, which is really cool. So there's like new water bottles that they're adding. New products are getting adding pretty often nowadays, which is very exciting to see. As the world of print on demand evolves, some of these websites are evolving with it. So it's not like we got to go to yet another print on demand platform, but actually Redbubble is offering a lot of cool stuff. So like I said, those are two like free options that usually bubble to the top when we're having this conversation on a coaching call. It's usually people who want to start off completely for free and just kind of get their toes wet to see, is this something that they can be consistent at? Is this something that they're going to enjoy? But if that doesn't really describe what you're looking to do with print on demand, maybe you're looking to invest some money and some time and actually grow what we would consider a print on demand business, where you're taking things a little bit more seriously and putting more time and effort into them. We also have a lot of great options for that. And instead of doing an hour-long video to explain all those things, we would just highly suggest that you guys jump on a coaching call with us. Until the end of the month, we are still offering times to jump on a free 20-minute call with us, just to, again, get to know you a little bit, get to know your situation, and give you the best advice that we can from our experience. Again, we're not saying we're the experts and we know everything, but we've definitely been doing this a long time, and I think we have a lot of unique and interesting ways to solve problems in the print-on-demand space that we would like to share with you guys. And we want to share that, again, directly to you, so you can let us know what you're going through, and we can hopefully help suggest some things that will either get you through or get you started, whatever you're going through. So yes, that was a plug for our coaching calls again. But as we've been on these calls, we've seen that there are a lot of questions that we're just not able to answer kind of generically and put out there, on Facebook or here on YouTube. And so we still want to give you guys those answers. We still want to engage with you and help you. You know, we've got some people who have a whole VA team built out just like we do, and they're interested in, okay, how do I make, this team I've already built fit into this print-on-demand, way of life in the system, and, just lots of interesting things. People ask me about, like, traveling, how did I work and travel, like, all those questions that, some of them will come over here to YouTube and Facebook, but a lot of great conversations are coming out of these coaching calls, and they're not even so much coaching calls. That's just what I'm calling it because it's easiest, but it really is just a time to sit down with you guys, and me and Steven usually feel, I think, as appreciative as you guys jumping on the calls because, like, we enjoy doing this. One thing that we've heard also echoed throughout some of the calls is, like, this is kind of a lonely business. I sit in this room like 12 hours a day, just working on our business, working on the teaching side of things, connecting with people, and it's what I enjoy to do, but I am just surrounded by four walls. And yes, I can go to co-work spaces and all these things, but it's nice to just have some connection time to jump on a call that's not 100% like, okay, this is, where we're at, how can we get to this next thing, like our business meetings that we have. Again, I enjoy those, but it is nice to just jump on here and talk with some of our community, get to know you guys, and I have really been enjoying that. And, thinking about people who are ready to expand. Like I said, we've talked to a few of you guys who are ready to expand and take this thing to the next level, and it's just very exciting to have those conversations, but I think it's best when we have those kind of one-on-one or one-on-two when it's both me and Steven on the call as well. So again, this is me encouraging you guys, sign up for those coaching calls. We're really enjoying them. We're dedicating kind of the last half of the week after we get all of our stuff sorted, just to talking with you guys. We've got a lot of those calls set up already, so maybe we shouldn't be pushing this as much as we are to get some of our time back, but we really enjoy doing this. This is the whole reason we started teaching, and it feels like this is breathing life into our business again, connecting with you guys in this way. So we really appreciate you guys, those of you who have actually signed up for those calls. We will be doing them again in future, I'm sure of it, but we want to meet with as many of you guys as we possibly can, and just get lots of good feedback for us in the way that we're going to be making content moving forward, and also help you guys out exactly where you're at with other problems or walls or bottlenecks you have, and hopefully we can help you push through that. But all right, guys, thanks so much for another great week. Look forward to next Tuesday, where more videos will be coming out. We're going to be trying to do more here on YouTube, create some more content, not just strictly over-the-shoulder stuff. So hopefully you guys enjoy this, and let us know down in the comments below. Give this video a like if you're excited about coaching, if you want us to do coaching more, or if you're ready to sign up for a coaching call. We're very excited to talk to you. All right, guys, till next time.